Coach, a tough loss here for you tonight, but talk about the effort in the last 5 minutes. Colorado had its biggest lead at 16 with 4:59 to go. You were able to get it down to 9 and a little bit lower with some nice defensive session or defensive sequence in there. So talk about that fight that you showed there at the end.
Yeah, we just talked about at a timeout there at the media, we said this is a gut check time. So they went on a huge run, but now we have to find a way to cut the lead as much as possible, get ready to press, get ready to rotate bodies in. We got to get up, we got to get people on the ball, and we're trying to trap the first pass and see what we can do. And I'm just so proud of my team for coming back and fighting and not giving up. I love them to death. Like, they're giving me everything they got. And I told them, this will pay off for us. Just keep trusting the process. It will pay off because we are getting better. And I feel like that every game. And it's just we have to, as we talk about, put 40 minutes together. We're right now at about 35 where we're playing hard. We're making plays. We're hanging with talented teams, and then there's that 5-minute spurt where it gets us, and then it's hard to come back from that point. But I'm just so proud of everybody from top to bottom in their fight tonight.
Give us your impressions defensively. I thought it was one of your better defensive efforts of the game, diving after loose balls, a lot of tie-ups out there, and it was several players getting involved. It wasn't just one.
Yeah, for sure. And we had a good week of practice. So we always say you play like you practice. And they were locked in from day one of this week. So I knew we were going to give them our best fight. And I'm just proud of everybody that went in there and gave everything they had.
Coach, along those defensive notes there, you held Colorado to about 34% shooting in that first half and played a lot of zone in that first half. Was that something that you saw kind of coming into the game you could be effective with? And then what adjustments do you think Colorado made going into the second half that really kind of gave them that offensive spurt that really propelled them to the win?
Yeah, so looking at our team, we kind of said, all right, we track all of our defensive possessions and which defense is our best defense, and we realized that it was our zone defense. So we said, let's start with it and see what we can get tonight. In the previous games, we've been starting in man, and we seem to dig a little bit of a hole. So we said, let's start in 32 and see what we can do, and our kids held their own. Adjustment they made is I think we were getting out on their shooter, number 3, and then they started sinking their players lower, and our guards weren't dropping quick enough. And so we were late getting out. And then they started posting our bottom of our zone up, and then they become screeners, right? When they post you up, we couldn't get out, and then they got some open looks.
You have to be pleased with Aaliyah Dunham's performance tonight. 37 minutes, career highs and assists with 9 and steals with 6, and really gave you a little bit of an offensive punch there as well.
Yeah, Aaliyah is a winner. She's our leader. She's the heart and soul of our team, and I'm just so proud of her. She came into my office and said, Coach, we're going to do this. I said, I know we are, Aaliyah. Just stay, trust in the process, keep the team ready, and it's a credit to her leadership that had us ready this week for a great Colorado team.
I hate to remind you of this, but 6 losses in a row now, but you just exude positivity, and you can tell it translates to your players. What's keeping you going through a stretch like this?
Because the season's long. That's the great thing about basketball is the season's really long. So I told the kids, all right, so we can let that hurt for tonight, but tomorrow we got to be ready to practice because we got another game on Sunday. And if anything, our schedule is preparing us for the Big East. And I told them we might not be seeing it show up right now with W's, but we're winning. We're winning. We're going to win these games in January and February, and they got to keep trusting the process. And so we got to lock in. We got a great Eastern Kentucky team coming in here on Sunday with a winning record again. So I told him this is preparing us for a Big East home weekend. So we just played a tough team on Friday night, gave it all we got. We got to turn around quickly and be ready to go tomorrow with film, practice, and then Sunday give another big shot to Eastern Kentucky.
Just talk about some toughness displayed here in this game tonight. Deja Ross takes a pretty heavy charge there in the first, and that's probably your X factor, your team motto coming into play there. Ariana Gray gives you 17. Had to come out a couple times, a little bit nicked up, but Winsing got back into the ballgame. Lauren Wasselson, same thing, got hit pretty hard, came back into the ballgame. It's nice to see that toughness coming out of your team at this point.
And they're competitors. They want to win. So they're finally understanding what it takes to find a way. So again, if we put 40 minutes together instead of 35, we'll come out on top in these games. So as long as they stay the course, keep trusting the process, keep coming into practice every day to work, these games will all pay off for us at the end of the season.
Talk a little bit offensively about what you saw here tonight. I think the times when you got in trouble, you were just playing a little too fast.
Yes, and that's what we talked about. We were going for the home run play. You know, we saw that they kind of went on a run, so we wanted to match that ourselves that's when we needed to relax, move the ball, let's get a good possession. We were going for the 10-point play instead of like relax, work it. We'll get that, but let's move the ball and we'll get it under our control. And I felt like sometimes they made us play fast because of their length and athleticism. But we'll grow from it and we'll continue to get better.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.